video. First off, I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to address the elephant in the room. It's a new shirt. I haven't worn it and not been getting great feedback on it. So point taken, all right? Everyone commenting down about my shirt, you can comment about something else, okay? Now that that's over with, welcome to the video. The video you're about to see has got me really nervous. In all my years at the studio, I've never actually had this happen. What with all the wild and crazy things that we've done. So it's strange to me that it's all of a sudden happening now. But before we get into the craziness, I'm gonna read a couple comments. So yesterday I asked you, out of the 3 suspects that we have, Scott right here and Chloe, which one of them has most likely committed this murder? Here's a couple of your answers. Honestly, I don't think it's Scott. He couldn't even experiment on Chloe and is trying to get her out. I'm not sure he's the man capable of killing anyone. Also, he knows Deb's hideout, which means she did trust him. Not necessarily. I find Gary to be the most suspicious. I'd say he's the #1 suspect right now. It honestly sounds like Scott went through something called dissociative fugue. It causes someone to completely and fully disassociate from who they are and become a totally different person. This is not dead, as it can last in some cases for 20 years. When someone exits this thing, they resume their identity and pick up where they left off. This would explain why Scott thinks he's only been gone a day. His looping could be caused by anterograde amnesia from a traumatic event either at Syntech or while he was in the fugue. My money is on Gary. We know from Scott that his job was to make sure people wouldn't find out about Syntech. If Deb were to meet face to face, we would learn too much. She was also the one to get all of us involved. Maybe he killed her to stop her from sharing any more, as she has already said too much. Hang on to that theory, because you might have something here. Today's question of the day, put down in the comments below. Do you think the government covers up murders? Down in the comments below. Like this video if you're enjoying this so far. All right, so let's get into the events that happened. Make sure you grab a cup of something warm to make you feel safe, because I'm not gonna do that for you. Walking up to the studio here, and there's something on the door. Sometimes we get notices. People are gonna be going into your unit. People are going to be doing maintenance on water. It's gonna be shut off soon. That looks a little different though. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, okay, I'm not the first one here. Cool. Same up there?
Surprise!
That was weird.
Down here.
You guys see the thing on the door?
Yeah, but it was labeled, so I assumed it was not for me.
Yeah, it's probably not. I mean, but it's weird because usually it comes in, you know, a different envelope.
Maybe it was just from like a neighbor or something who taped it.
You know how sometimes when people are filming things in the area, because it's Los Angeles, they just like come by and tape it on the door, like shove it in the door?
Yeah.
I just assumed it was one of those.
Yeah, it could be a film notice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, filming notice or
Oh,
something.
yeah, okay. That makes sense. I get a lot of notices all the time. The most common ones are for burst pipes, where they need to shut off our water because they're working on neighboring units. This one's a little different though. It came in a really thick folder. Usually it's just one sheet of paper, and that's what made me pretty uneasy about this. So I decided to look at it now rather than later. Big shock. This ain't a normal notice. This is something else. Yeah, and also that's a plush Apple II. Everyone that thought it was like an actual Apple II on my couch. I just take my nap on it, you know, whenever I miss Deb. This is really strange. Notice of termination. You are hereby notified that, under the terms of the lease agreement, for the rent and use of the premises listed, you are currently in violation of section 1.2 paragraph 2 of the lease as follows. You've been participating in illegal activity on the premises. 3-day notice is provided to you in accordance with the lease and California Code Civil Procedure 1. Okay. And then just tons of papers for me to sign. Don't you love it when like big conglomerate organizations do this thing? It's just like salt on the wound. Oh yeah, by the way, we hate you, we're trying to ruin your life, and also, we waste. Not that I don't waste, but we're getting evicted, guys. I don't even have clarity as to why. There's so many. I gotta take this to the team. This is about it, 6-3.
We should plan it. Yes, sir. That your 2-week notice?
You could say that.
Notice of termination to Matthew.
From our lease?
Yep, we're being evicted.
What?
No.
Why?
In hindsight, I totally shouldn't have blindsided my team with this kind of shocking information, but I was a bit too shocked to realize that myself.
We're being evicted.
Why?
Who's
Who?
Greg?
What? How? Now?
I had a couple ideas on that topic, but you'll see for yourself.
Who's Greg?
That's our landlord.
To Greg. Okay, I tried calling the office, but my call went straight to voicemail. There's smoke rising from the unit next door, but there doesn't seem to be any signs of fire. A group of people are gathered outside and seem concerned.
Is this from our neighbors?
These are complaints.
Why now? We're getting evicted because of complaints from our neighbors?
I don't know, but this was on the front of blue.
Wait, there was also some. I saw one on red too.
There was one on red?
Yeah.
Stop.
Was there one on orange too? Was it just sent to like all of our
Probably a
all of our
complaint for
properties?
every building.
I just assumed that it was for everybody. I didn't realize that it was like a specific to us thing.
Okay,
What do we-
I'm gonna go get the other ones. Can you guys collect in the conference room? We gotta figure this out. Yep, there's one on red and one on orange. This is my worst nightmare. Absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so it's not my actual worst nightmare, but it's high up there on my list. Losing your workplace, the place that you actually can make your money to feed your family and to pay your employees, that's a bit scary.
To be perfectly frank with you though, I'm honestly not surprised. I'm actually surprised it took this long for us to get an eviction notice on our buildings here, because those things actually did happen. And not only did they happen, we uploaded them. Team's collecting upstairs right now. We're gonna figure this out. Don't worry, guys. We'll figure this out. Don't freak out, don't freak out. I'm not really talking to you, I'm talking to me at this point. There's 3.
Okay. Do you want to bring Lauren in?
Yeah. Is she in there? Hi, Lauren.
Hi. So apparently these were on the fronts of all of our units. It is an eviction notice from our landlord. Why?
I have
All
no
of these
idea.
are complaints from neighbors.
There's just tons of complaints.
about stuff that's happened. I mean,
Not
our
any of these complaints to us.
no, like with that's why this is so weird, is because like we've never had these conversations with our neighbors. It's all about stuff that's happened with Project 863. Like, listen to this. Last night around 9 p.m., our security cameras picked up footage of a strange man in the parking lot. He was wearing all black and had glowing red goggles. B27. Seems like some kind of costume, but he was alone and acting suspicious. Any idea who this might be? I don't want to put my employees in some kind of danger, so I was planning on having them work from home until we get this sorted out.
Okay, can we just, let's all take a breath here.
Okay.
Okay, take a breath. Which one's this on?
Maybe we can tell by the complaints.
Greg, I was working late last night and saw the tenants next door hiding in their van in the parking lot at 3 in the morning. I don't feel comfortable knowing that they might be involved in illegal activity taking place right outside of my place.
How would they know?
Employment.
What was that, during a stakeout?
Yeah, I mean, that's what that sounds like.
If you don't take action immediately, I'm going to the police.
Is it technically loitering if it's after hours?
Is it loitering if we rent the space?
No.
It's not loitering.
This is just a complaint. It's nothing. Like, they can't do anything about that.
Is that the only one in there? Or?
There's 3 more. Greg, the YouTubers in Unit are constantly filming outside of our business, and we have received numerous phone calls from their fans. I'm concerned about our privacy and not sure we feel comfortable being in their videos. We don't want to be associated with whatever they're involved in. Can you talk to them?
Okay, when are we filming neighbors? I literally never have filmed a neighbor.
In hindsight, that's actually not true. And on top of that, you guys made the neighbor out to be a boogeyman. Not cool. Matt, look what I saw at 2701. There's a dude walking. I mean, there's a dude walking, right? People can walk around, no? Yo, I saw that too. I don't think much of it. He could have been setting off the car alarm. It's possible. It's an hour later. Why would they come an hour later? So maybe we've seen this guy multiple times. 2701. 2701. Oh yeah, that guy was chilling. He was looking. I didn't even see him. You could see I was like turning the other way. I don't see him anywhere else, but maybe I'm tripping. We're absolutely
We
not.
tell our audience to like leave our neighbors alone and like not come here.
I don't upload content when fans come to the studio.
You gotta go.
Don't come to the studio. The studio is not a place, it's not a theme park, okay? This is a place of work where normal people go to work every day.
Also, we blur the names out of all the businesses. Yeah.
Have you guys told your like landlord, or like have you said anything about what's been going on?
Honestly, it was kind of like a don't ask, don't tell.
But also like we upload it onto the internet, and like our landlord knows what we do and kind of like what our history has been here. So I figured if he's seeing what we post, then he would be like aware.
Yeah, we're good tenants. We pay the bills. We put massive down payments on this kind of stuff.
We fix all the holes we make in walls. Everything that we've like busted up, we've always fixed.
Yeah, we pay for 3 units. What are they gonna evict us out of 3 units?
Exactly. Like, that's why I feel like these are all kind of like collected, because it feels like they're actually paying a lot of the property bills here, so we're not gonna do anything until maybe our hand is forced or something like that.
Like, why now, though? I mean, all of this stuff seems like it's accumulated over so much time. Like, why is this happening now?
What's the last
Well,
one?
there's actually 2 more. I had some guys working on the roof earlier, and they noticed a satellite on the roof of unit. I thought satellites weren't permitted. If that has changed, I'd like to get one installed ASAP. Our internet sucks. Let me know.
Yeah, that wasn't even us.
That wasn't us.
The last one is Stacy just told me that there is a mannequin standing in front of our unit. Nobody is around, and after checking the security camera, it looks like it's been there since last night. Can we toss it? I think someone may have just abandoned it.
It's strange.
That's clearly red base. This one was orange base. I mean, I'm assuming that's
Kind of batty.
blue.
So this is red base.
It was strange to me that these complaints surfaced so suddenly. We had usually had pretty close relationships with our neighbors, so I had an idea to check to see if that was true or not.
Woods, can you do me a favor? Can you like just go knock on their doors and like feel it out?
What's up?
Don't go
Well,
Stacy.
Wait, no, don't do that. But just like see if there's.
non-confrontationally.
Yeah.
See if we can get some common ground under us and
Exactly.
resolve this. Yeah, maybe that will change Greg's mind.
Because if we can get anyone to like take these back, or if we can just like actually explain the context, maybe they will take back the complaint.
Yeah, because maybe there's like a limit on like the complaints or something like, oh, when a unit gets like 15 complaints or something like that, we have to.
Well, it's not even like you said. It's not even a complaint. It's just kind of like, hey, just asking a question. So it feels like feels like Greg is maybe just trying to get all the fuel he can get on us, just like compiling it.
Should I tell him the truth?
You
or
should
I lie
you
that
should
it's
take that
been
with
way
them.
too
I mean, always tell the truth.
Yeah, you should take
That's
that with
gonna be a
them.
long story.
Just try your best. Send them a link to our channel.
Yeah, I'll
Now
grab
you
those.
want to do that?
Yeah, if you can do that now, like the less time we're wasting, the better. To be perfectly honest with you. Actually, Bailey, can you do our other neighbors around blue?
Around blue? Yep.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. How many more are there, Sam?
Yeah, just the one about B27 standing out there, which
Oh,
again,
yeah.
like wasn't us. I guess from what you were talking about of like, if they think this is all just like for something on the internet, they probably assumed it was one of us, because I will say back in Battle Universe days, we did cross the parking lot wearing some very weird costumes. So that kind of doesn't surprise me that
yeah,
they would
that's
think
true.
that. Like, I mean, also like remember when I was like Rapunzel and had that thing, like our neighbors have seen us do really weird things. I did it on the roof. Remember I threw the Rapunzel wig off the side
I
of the
remember.
building. But see, I'm like, but we've done all that stuff and they never complained. Like, it's just these events, but I guess these do look more serious.
I don't know, this all just feels like super old stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
why are they just coming now?
I mean, I liked the theory that it like had to accumulate. Project 863, like this all has gotten more and more intense. So I would imagine that from our neighbors' perspectives, it's getting more intense for them and they're probably getting more uncomfortable working here too.
Yeah. How many you got in there, Lauren?
Like 3. So the first one is about smoke rising, but it's like, is it a complaint though? It just says like, we saw smoke rising, there was a group gathered, people seemed concerned, but it doesn't like, is that really grounds for eviction?
I mean, maybe it's just a collection.
Well, okay, so then there's another one. It's about an SUV being parked in their spot.
The Mountaineer.
It's the Mountaineer. But at the same time, we have someone who consistently parks in one of our spots.
Yeah, that's right, Lauren. We have a couple complaints of our own.
Then there's another one that says that there are police in the parking lot talking to the YouTubers across the way. Like literally, that's what it says.
We should just call ourselves that.
The YouTubers?
Like no other YouTubers exist. It's just us. Don't worry about it. Like,
Surprised that the landlord never said anything. Like, you know, we keep getting all these complaints about if they should be concerned, you know, what should we tell them?
We have no control over some of these things.
Yeah.
So what do they want us to do?
Okay, so this has a date on it.
oh, okay. When is it? Like, when do we actually?
Oh, that's Woods.
What's that?
What?
No.
What?
It's a journal. You don't want to see inside.
Why? Where did you get this?
Where'd they
Our neighbor?
Wait, what?
Where'd they find it?
Back up.
Yeah, so I talked to a neighbor. I explained our whole life story.
Basically, the story is we found a key in the ceiling, and then the craziness of the world caved in on us, and for the next 2 years, our life was complete and utter unexplainable phenomenons.
They seemed pretty annoyed. Still, they handed me that. That was somewhere tucked away in their office.
Why did they give it to you?
They didn't know, like, what to do with it.
What, they thought it was yours?
They thought it was ours, yeah. And it is.
It is?
What are they, fans?
Wait,
No,
what do you mean
no,
it's
no,
ours?
no. Like, it has...
That's the cipher.
stuff in the other...
Wait.
For those of you that haven't followed, I think like maybe a year ago, that journal we found deep inside the seat of the Mountaineer. We found this journal, we cut it open, and the only thing we saw was the Syntech logo. This was a fingerprint journal. We looked at this, we destroyed it. Yeah, it's just literally blank. Did I just open this backwards? I must have not seen that.
Wait, no.
I opened it backwards.
There's nothing in that before.
Are we sure?
Yeah, Matt, we went through this journal like twice at least on camera.
Did we go through every single page?
It would be strange of him to tamper with evidence if he wrote something on there. It's like a code?
Did he tamper with evidence?
Oh, that just got a chill. Where did they find it though?
In the journal entry. In our other journal.
This journal has gone from one of the least interesting discoveries I've ever made to one of the most interesting discoveries. An entry appeared in it overnight. The entry spoke about how Deb, the woman that wrote it, needed to make a huge sacrifice, and then the next day she was found dead. Did the journal predict this? But it's not over.
I don't know
Wait.
if we had a third page, but there's a third page.
We didn't have a third page. It was the last thing to show up was that letter from D talking about sacrifice or whatever.
There's a third page.
Oh, wait, that's fully new.
The Pegasus serum is beyond anything I've ever seen before. And as much as I fear the consequences that will arise from its abilities, I cannot help the fascination I feel the more it grows. It's like a parasite hooking into and absorbing other projects that wouldn't have succeeded on their own without its influence. It's why Nelson is so protective over it. I'm not kidding myself, it's dangerous. And of course, I must be careful when speaking up, lest I be accused of trying to handicap the company. This doesn't bode well.
Is that D?
Or it's fanfic by our neighbors.
No.
Is there a name or anything on it?
No, it's just the journal entry, it looks like. Nothing else.
If our neighbors don't even know what it is we're doing, there's no way they would have written that.
Can we match it to the other journal?
Yeah. It should just be on the shelf. That doesn't.
What? Wait,
We put it there and we haven't touched it since.
wasn't the briefcase supposed to be here?
Well, it was, but then that's also where it, I guess, disappeared from before we saw Scott have it.
Again.
That briefcase disappearing has led to one of our most popular theories that you guys have. And after this video, I'm seriously considering it. Scott somehow being stuck in a time loop. Get this, a Mountaineer, a brand new Mountaineer shows up with the identical VIN of the car that I own. So I legally go through it. I find a briefcase, I can't open it, it's locked. I put it back in the car. Then this guy Scott shows up with that same briefcase, leaves it. We find it, we actually open it up, it's unlocked. We discover all sorts of strange things inside of it, including what looks like 20-year-old footage. We put it in the vault, it disappears, vanishes, showing back up with Scott the next time we see him, back in the Mountaineer where it first appeared, and now it's locked again. Unexplainable. And now this old journal that we've had for a year, maybe more, has disappeared.
What? I don't. No, the journal was there, but remember it was just like the inside of the journal. Can you show it on camera again just for a second? Because that's the exact same like entries and everything. It's the same handwriting.
Okay, I'm going to put this right here, and then we're going to check the camera. Please, please, please. I'm going to lock this vault. And then I'm going to check the camera.
journals.
The original journal's no longer in the vault. It's gone. I don't know where it is, but
Where they found the journal?
It was like tucked away in some sort of like breaker box area.
How long have they been holding on to that? Were they ever gonna tell us about it? Like, were they just gonna wait until we showed up at the front door?
yeah. What? What?
Is that a glitch?
Oh, dude, don't say it's gone. Don't say it's gone. We literally just put it in there, Matt.
I can't see that well, but you're not gonna be able to see with that. I'll just screen record here and clip it. It looks like it disappears.
Do you want to go check?
It could just be a camera glitch. We've had that kind of stuff happen before.
Just now?
Yeah.
No, the previous journal.
Okay, so what do you mean it just disappears?
Wait.
I can only see the very edge of it. I'm sorry, I didn't go back quick enough, and this camera only has like a rolling 5 days. So I can't see what happened to the briefcase. But I can see the edge of the journal, and then I can't see the edge of the journal.
The last time this type of thing happened was with mannequins. Old toxic history, but you were editing it.
Woods isn't wrong about this. The last time we used security camera footage was Nelson using me, controlling me to edit it and doctor it to lure away and distract the team. I really don't blame him for his thoughts.
Look, man, I'm not.
So who's editing it then? Because it's not me, because I'm freaked out.
I get what Woods is saying, but I don't think Matt's altering footage. I think those days of his are long
They weren't
gone.
my days.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, Cyphus.
No.
What? No, shh. This isn't real.
What is that, Bailey?
They gave me a journal.
Did you open it yet?
They said that it was like, it seemed like it had something to do with us, so they gave it to me.
Did you open this?
No. What is it?
Show her.
Wait, is that
That's the cipher.
Look, it's...
No.
And the second page is the same. How is that possible?
And the third page is the same as the one that Woods just found.
We've never seen the other page before, so there's 2 different journals and 2 different units that had both notes that we've never seen before? Same exact handwriting.
Like
and there's another one.
Wait, there's a fourth page?
There's a 4th page.
There's a new page.
There's a new page. Patient F5908 has been in a coma for almost 7 months now.
All you that have the theories about comas, you're looking pretty smart right now.
She's a mother of 3. Her husband is consistently calling the corporate office and somehow found the number for location number 4 on the front desk. She was our strongest subject for Project Pegasus, and now Benjamin is talking about starting over and scrapping the rest of them. We all know what that means, and there's only so much I can do to stop it.
Okay, so how are we getting more entries from Deb?
How did this come from another unit?
From another journal. This is now the
Literally,
third
look,
journal with
let me
these.
show you. Look, this.
The green journal.
What?
No! What?
What?
Wait.
Right
What's just
I put it right here 2 minutes ago?
like barely the journal that Woods brought? He put right on the shelf.
Is there like a back
What
panel
is
here?
happening? This doesn't make sense.
And this journal had the same entries as the one as this.
This has an additional entry.
Have we checked our journal?
It was right there.
Both of them?
Both of them are gone. What do I do with this?
Okay,
I'm not putting it on that shelf again.
No, just keep it. Just hold it.
on to it.
I'm gonna
Hold it.
hold on to this journal forever now?
I don't know. We've all, but it was none of them. Like we've all been up here.
So just now pulling up that footage of the journal that we just found, the green one, reveals that it met a similar fate of the white one. Play the clip.
I'm going to lock this vault.
Yeah, it disappeared.
So many things have been happening recently that we just can't explain with logic, and that's very unsettling.
I'm gonna keep my eye on this thing. This thing is not leaving my sight. I'm sorry. I don't mean to freak you guys out.
No, I mean like par for the.
She goes, I'm freaked out.
It's par for the course here, like, but that's really weird.
Like, are our neighbors like screwing with
Like
us?
our neighbors conspire together to write the same journals?
No, that's not.
That's a lot of work for.
It's possible. That's actually the most reasonable explanation. That there's some sort of secret back door in that vault. They're taking things out and then they're conspiring to like literally drive us crazy to get us out of the building.
Okay, this makes me absolutely sound crazy, all right? Like, my best case scenario is that there's a back door in my studio with conspiring neighbors? What kind of life am I living?
Look at this. May 15th. We have to be
What?
out.
What?
That's 1 month.
That's less than
That-
1 month. That's a less.
What are we so
It is less than a
Wait,
month.
that's not even possible for us to get all of our stuff out of all of these bases.
Don't you love it when they just print empty pages? It's like, look, this page is intentionally left blank.
It makes no sense. I don't understand.
That's not a blank page.
What?
It all of a sudden makes sense. This is from GR.
Gary, or GR, one of our top suspects for Deb's murder. He called us the day she was murdered. He's the one that told us that she was murdered. He knew before we did. And then he threatened us if we didn't give him what we want, which was the absolate, this small substance we found a year ago that evidently we discovered is seriously dangerous. Then when we visited the crime scene, we found threats from this Gary directly threatening the victim. And now he's attacking us?
He's doing this?
Cease uploading to YouTube or the eviction will go through as promised. Call me tomorrow at 4 p.m. with your decision in mind.
Okay, so Gary's blackmailing us?
Does this even come from our landlord? Is this
Well, yeah, it did. Well, the complaints were to our landlord. We don't know what kind of connections Gary has. Who's to say he's not forcing this?
It's not in the other ones.
It's just in this one. This one was in blue, I think.
What are we supposed to do? We don't have the absolate. That was like the only thing we could give him. So what does he want now?
He wants us to stop uploading.
He wants us to stop uploading.
He wants to suppress whatever information we're putting out there.
Well, I mean, he used to work with Syntech.
Guys, what do we do? Please, a little help down in the comments below. I need some advice.
It's getting to be that time. I'm gonna call Gary.
If we lose this space, who knows what else we're gonna lose.
You feel good about yourself just because we're wrapped up in all this? What kind of deal? We're gonna ask subject 4 basically what they think possibly entering Deb's apartment.
It's hard to think that she's been this close this whole time.
Yeah, we're here. Are you guys ready?
Oh my god.
I have no words for this.